Hi, this is Jerry with Subaru XV Crosstrek Central. Today's video is the first in a series of two I'm going to call my Naked Hippie Chick Protection Series. And that is protection you can add to the bottom of your Crosstrek to get back to those remote areas where naked hippie chicks live and hang out. So the first in this series is what you're seeing right here. This is the Primitive Racing rear differential skid plate. It's a pretty substantial unit. It's nicely TIG welded. Should be a very easy install on the rear diff. The same unit is used on a bunch of different Subaru models. The all years of Crosstrek, the 05 to 15 Legacy, Outback, the 08 to 15 Impreza, WRX and STI, and the 09 to 15 Forester. So let's get right out and get this thing installed so we are one step closer to where the naked hippie chicks hang out. Thanks. So here is my 2016 Crosstrek that I'm going to be installing the skid plate on. I've got it up on my ramps. Let's go underneath and do a quick overview of the install. What we're going to be doing here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen up these two nuts that hold the rear diff to the subframe. And the skid plate is going to fit up between that, between the diff and the subframe. Like this. It's going to slide up behind there. And then the front is going to mount to two existing holes. You can see those right here. These two holes, there's just going to be bolts that go up into these holes and hold the front of the skid plate, where you can see on these two front bolt holes right here. So it's pretty easy install, so let's get started. So the next thing I need to do is create a little bit of space between the rear differential and the subframe. And what I've done is put a ratchet strap around one of the CV joints and forward to a piece of the frame, and then I've ratcheted that up a little bit, tightened it to pull the whole diff a tiny bit forward so I can fit this skid plate up. And then I'm just going to slide the skid plate up and then put the two front bolts through the mounting holes and tighten everything up. So one thing I did do was put some thread locker on these front bolts so that, because these aren't lock nuts and there's no lock washers, so to prevent those from backing out. So now I'm just going to release my ratchet strap and tighten everything up. Got a wrench to hold the nut on top. Alright, everything tightened up, and I think that puts us one step closer to getting out in the boonies next to those naked hippie chicks.